Welcome to the Thanksgiving Day episode video on the Whiskey and Whitetails YouTube channel.
Yes, welcome. Hope your Thanksgiving Day is going well. Hope your in-laws are not driving you crazy.
Hope you're eating copious amounts and drinking even more.
Yeah, I hope that you're like one eye in this video right now.
I've been there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to close one eye just so you can see straight, because with two eyes, your brain's like, that's too much eyeball.
That's way too much incoming. Let's dial it down.
Yeah, we can only do
throttle
one at
that a little bit.
So we hope that you're watching this video in that manner.
What are we talking about today, Matt?
Well, we are doing a giveaway, right? We mentioned on the last podcast, we're giving away a full cocktail kit. And then we said that there will be 3 videos, maybe 2 or 3 videos coming out this week, one of which will give instructions for the giveaway.
The clue, is this that video?
No.
No, it's not.
It's not. Sorry. This video is, though. We also talked about on the podcast about what they had during Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
In 1621. Before we get into that,
how did they get to the dinner?
How did they get there? Where does they come from?
They swam.
They loaded up a ship called the Mayflower.
Yeah.
Which, if April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims.
Pilgrims? Oh, I was gonna say
that was the joke.
No, I was gonna say half of the pilgrims dead.
Yeah. But nobody wants to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
You know what else is funny, though, is the year 1621, or people were like, whatever, but like that was the first time people were here. No, it was not. It's way, way past. You know that there was actually a functioning brewery in what is now Lower Manhattan in 1613?
I love it.
1613.
That's wild.
There was a functioning brewery owned by the Dutch.
Yeah.
So, and
lots of folks making their way over here checking things out before we decided that we were going to stake our claim to that.
Right. And we as in we're British, no?
Right. But also there's also the, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves.
I don't want to get too ahead.
Okay, well then let's not.
All right. So they came over here and they got pretty close. And then as they were pulling up, they were like, hey, we're running out of beer. Because as you know, there's not a lot of potable water back then. They mostly drink beer, ciders, things of that nature. And as they were pulling up to it, they were like, hey, we're going to go ahead and drop you in Cape Cod because we don't have enough beer to make it back to England. So they parked there, dropped them off. Turns out it didn't go very well. They had a terrible winter.
They did have a terrible winter.
And so they got back on the boat to rough out the winter. And then they got back on the land in the spring. And then they started working.
Like half of them died, by the way, over the winter.
It was not good. It was not good. There was I wrote down the tribe of the Indians that lived there, the natives that were on the land. And I'll find it eventually as we go through it. But they actually ended up helping them growing corn and all this stuff. But when we get to the Thursday, November 25th, 1621, there it is, Wampanoag Indians. So they had a thing together. But before I get in there, I wanted to go through the Mayflower Manifest because it's important for what they had for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So as I said, they'd already been there almost a year, running low on stuff. This is the food and drink they brought. This is what's on the manifest for the Mayflower. They brought biscuits, beer, salt, dried beef, salted pork, oats, peas, wheat, butter, sweet oil, mustard seed, codfish, good cheese, which I didn't look that up, and then vinegar aquavite, rice, bacon, and cider. That's what they brought. And then I have like the clothing, the bedding, the arms. They brought light armor.
When they say biscuits, they mean like hard cookie type.
Yeah. You had to beat the worms out of it before you eat them. Yeah. But on Thanksgiving dinner, what is the average Thanksgiving dinner, Gus?
In America, the United States highly commercialized Thanksgiving feast consists of a turkey, sometimes a ham, stuffing, cranberry sauce, a various array of casseroles, and lots of pies and desserts.
Pecan pie.
Don't start.
Pumpkin pie. Apple pie.
Yes, all the pies.
So Edward Winslow, which is a guy's name, wrote this about, and this is really fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun reading this. This is our 4th episode of the day. We've been drinking the whole time. So they sent him out the morning of the Thanksgiving dinner, which wasn't actually called Thanksgiving dinner. It was just a dinner, but they sent him out the morning of to collect animals.
It was a celebratory feast to celebrate their first corn harvest.
There you go. So they were going to have corn, obviously, because there's something in corn. But this is what our harvest being gotten in, our governor sent 4 men on fowling that so we might, after a special manner, rejoice together after we had gathered the fruits of our labor. So they were going to go gather the fruits of their labors, and then they sent 4 men out to go fowling. So fowling could be turkey, but it could also be ducks. It could be bald eagles. It could be any kind of quail, chicken, for sure.
Pheasant, whatever.
Yeah, pheasant. Is there pheasant in New England?
I don't know if there was that time.
Could have been back then.
Back then, yeah.
As with a little help beside, served the company almost a week, at which time, amongst other recreations, we exercised our arms, many of the Indians coming amongst us, and among the rest of the greatest King Maswat, or whatever his name is, with some 90 men, whom for 3 days we entertained and feasted, and they went out and killed 5 deer.
Nice.
Which they brought to the plantation and bestowed on our governor and upon the captain and others. And although it be not always so plentiful as it was at this time with us, yet by the goodness of God, we are so far from want that we often wish you partakers of our plenty. So, all we know is they went fowling, and they killed 5 deer.
So they had deer, they had venison.
Yes.
They had fowl of some kind, and then likely whatever vegetables they were able to harvest at that time.
Yeah.
Now, something to keep in mind is that they didn't have ovens.
No, there was no oven on the Mayflower.
Or anything like that.
They also didn't have much of a Livingston, so they were eating the way the Indians eat.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. Most of what I read said that all the food was largely, most likely prepared however the Native Americans would have done it, how their spices, their cooking methods. So you're not going to get baked pumpkin pies.
There was no pies.
Any of that kind of
no dessert.
No desserts. And then you are also going to get the 3 days thing.
Yeah.
Like that's a Thanksgiving.
That's a 3-day feast.
I want to feast and hang out and party for 3 days.
Yes.
I think we're doing it all wrong. I think
we are.
This Governor William Bradford, Old Bill. He's the one who decided that they were going to celebrate this day in November, the first corn harvest. I don't know if he was responsible for it being one day or what, but I would like to find out who.
It was a president.
It was Lincoln, wasn't it?
It was. I think it was
Lincoln
Washington.
decided. I think
Washington brought back the Thanksgiving Day, and then every president after that has done it, and then it was signed into actual holiday. But from other than the Pilgrims getting the 3-day, nobody else really ever has.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm just not going to celebrate Thanksgiving.
There are a lot of people that don't.
That's another subject.
Is there another topic you had? Because I had a beer topic.
Yeah, let's talk about beer.
Yeah,
we have lots of that tomorrow.
They didn't drink a lot of water back then.
And today.
Surprising. Not really. For most of human history, they didn't drink a lot of water because water would kill you.
Well, yeah, it was not safe to drink.
They didn't realize that boiling beer cleaned purified water. But they knew they could drink beer and be safe. Also, the beer wasn't super high alcohol at the time. But when they got to Plymouth Rock, they had a problem. They had drunk all the beer. And as you know, barley doesn't really grow.
Yeah.
So they made corn beer, which I've never heard of. But there's a few companies today that still make corn beer. And I think that's something we should try out.
Yeah. So you're telling me that the brewer's mash that is part of the distilling process for whiskey.
Yes.
Could be. Yeah. That.
Yeah. There's a reason they started once they started distilling. That was it. And also a lot of rye, but I don't know that rye makes a good beer. But they definitely turned corn into malt back then.
Interesting.
And made beer out of it. There's plenty of things in here. But they said they weren't a huge fan of pumpkin and parsnips either. So there was probably not a lot of pumpkins at the dinner.
Yeah.
But what Pilgrims drank the most was fermented apple juice, in which they called hard cider.
I like cider sometimes.
Yeah. I think cider's something that a man like me would drink behind closed doors. But it's okay to drink.
Well, it's for me. It's I treat it the same way I treat wine. It's like an occasion.
Yeah,
you know.
Cider was super popular in Europe, and you know that's we should do an episode on Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah,
because it like what you think he was just planting apples. No. He was showing people how to make cider. It was pretty fascinating. But cider was very popular back then.
Interesting.
So yeah, as you're enjoying your turkey and ham and pumpkin pie, know that is not what the original Thanksgiving was. It was venison and corn beer.
It's wild. Hey, what's a pumpkin's favorite sport?
Don't know.
Squash.
Okay. That's great.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know. Are pumpkins squash?
Yeah. What did baby corn say to mommy corn? Where's popcorn?
Okay. I like that one. That one makes up for the squash. I don't get the squash one.
Why didn't they let the turkey join the band? Or why did they let the turkey join the band? Because he had drumsticks.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
That's a good one too. I like that one as well. I like the other thing.
You don't get the corn one or the pumpkin one?
I don't get the. Is pumpkin a type of squash?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's the joke.
Yeah. My kids rattled these off the other night, and I was laughing at them. So,
because to me, I heard like, why didn't Apple like the orange? And it's like because it's a pumpkin.
No, I think a pumpkin is a type of squash. Yeah, okay. Something like that. I don't know.
It'll be right here in the video, so you'll know. Sweet, sick. I hope you all have a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. Take some time to be think about what you're thankful for or something, I guess.
Yeah, you should definitely do that. What are you thankful for? You know what I'm thankful for? You hitting that button.